Next, our portion is thermochemical equations. A thermochemical equation is a chemical equation which indicates the physical state of the reactants and products and also the heat change accompanying the reaction. You know the chemical equation indicate the physical state of the reactants and products, and here also indicate the change in enthalpy. So such equations are known as thermochemical equations. For example, carbon solid plus oxygen gas gives carbon dioxide gas. The enthalpy change of the reaction is minus 393 kilojoule. That means this is an exothermic process. So delta H is negative. For exothermic process, you know delta H is negative. During this process, 393 kilojoule energy is released. Another example, 2H2 plus O2 gives 2H2O liquid. Here delta H is equal to minus 572 kilojoule. The negative sign indicates it is an exothermic process. During this process, 572 kilojoule energy is released. So these are thermochemical equations, chemical equations containing delta H value. Next, standard state of a substance. Standard state of a substance means pure form of a substance at a particular temperature in 1 bar pressure. Next, standard enthalpy change of a reaction indicated by the symbol delta H0. The enthalpy change of a reaction depends upon the condition. The standard enthalpy change of a reaction is defined as the enthalpy change when all the participating substances are in their standard states. The standard enthalpy of combustion of methane is given by CH4 gas plus 2O2 gas gives CO2 gas plus 2H2O liquid. Then the enthalpy change of the reaction is minus 890 kilojoule at 298 Kelvin. This indicates that all the participating substances are in pure form and this is an exothermic process. During this process, 890.4 kilojoule energy is released at 298 Kelvin. Here, the superscript 0 indicates the change in enthalpy under standard condition, delta H0. Next, enthalpy of solution, indicated by the symbol delta H0 solution. Superscript 0 indicates all the participating substances are in standard state and the reaction is carried out under standard conditions. Enthalpy of solution is the enthalpy change when 1 mole of a substance is dissolved in a specified amount of solvent. Next, enthalpy of atomization, delta H0A. It is the enthalpy change involved when 1 mole of a given substance dissociates into gaseous atoms. For example, the enthalpy of atomization of methane is 1665 kilojoule per mole. Equation CH4 gas gives carbon gas plus 4 hydrogen atoms. So, the CH4 completely dissociate into 1 carbon atom and 4 hydrogen atoms. Then, the enthalpy change is 1665 kilojoule. This is an endothermic process. So, the delta H value is positive here. That means this much amount of energy is required to dissociate this CH4 into its corresponding carbon gas and 4 hydrogen gaseous atoms. Next, enthalpies of different types of reactions. First one, standard enthalpy of formation. The standard enthalpy of formation of a compound is defined as the enthalpy change involved in the formation of the 1 mole of the compound from its constituent elements in their standard state. It is denoted as delta H0F, F for formation. For example, the standard enthalpy of formation of CH4 methane is minus 74.8 kilojoule per mole. It can be represented as carbon graphite plus 2H2 gas gives CH4 gas. Standard enthalpy of formation is equal to minus 74.8 kilojoule per mole. This indicates during this process 74.8 kilojoule per mole energy is released because it is an exothermic process. Importance of standard enthalpies of formation. The knowledge of standard enthalpies of various substances is useful for calculating standard enthalpy of reaction. Enthalpy change of reaction is equal to sum of enthalpies of formation of products minus sum of enthalpies of formation of reactants. Next, standard enthalpy of combustion indicated by the symbol delta H0 C. C for combustion reaction. Standard enthalpy of combustion of substance is defined as the enthalpy change involved in the complete combustion of 1 mole of the substance when all the reactants and products are in their standard states at the specified temperature. For example, the standard enthalpy of combustion of methane is minus 890.3 kilojoule per mole. This indicates that during this process, 890.3 kilojoule per mole amount of energy is released because it is an exothermic process. One important point is enthalpy of combustion is always negative since all combustion reactions are exothermic. Next, we will discuss about enthalpies of phase changes. Enthalpies of phase changes are mainly enthalpy of fission, enthalpy of vaporization, and enthalpy of sublimation. First one, standard enthalpy of fusion. It is the enthalpy change accompanying the melting of 1 mole of a solid substance in standard state. For example, the enthalpy of fusion of ice is 6 kilojoule per mole. That means 1 mole of ice melt when it absorbs 6 kilojoule per mole amount of energy. It is an endothermic process. Next one is standard enthalpy of vaporization, delta H0 VAP. VAP stands for vaporization. It is the enthalpy change when 1 mole of the liquid is completely converted into vapor at its boiling point and under standard pressure of 1 bar. For example, the enthalpy of vaporization of water is 40.79 kilojoule per mole. This means during the process of changing the liquid to vapor by water, then it absorbs 40.6 kilojoule per mole amount of energy. It is an endothermic process. The third one is standard enthalpy of sublimation, delta H0 SUB. SUB stands for sublimation. Sublimation is a process in which a solid changes into gaseous state directly below its normal melting point. So, standard enthalpy of sublimation is the change in enthalpy when 1 mole of a solid substance sublimes at a constant temperature and under standard pressure of 1 bar. For example, 1 mole of iodine directly converted into its vapor form, then enthalpy of sublimation is equal to 62.4 kilojoule per mole. It is an endothermic process. Next, we will discuss about Hess's law of constant heat summation. Hess's law of constant heat summation. The law states that the enthalpy change in a reaction is the same whether the reaction takes place in one step or in several steps. It may also be stated as if a reaction takes place in several steps, then the standard enthalpy of the reaction is the sum of the standard enthalpies of the intermediate steps. For example, consider a reaction A gives B. Then the enthalpy change of reaction is delta HR. Then this process A to B can be carried out in different steps. first directly converted into A to B, then the enthalpy change of reaction is delta HR. Then now first we convert A to C, then the enthalpy change is delta H1, then C to D, then the enthalpy change is delta H2, then D to B, then the enthalpy change is delta H3. Then according to Hess's law, enthalpy change of reaction delta HR is equal to delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H3. That means if a reaction takes place in several steps, then the standard enthalpy change of the reaction is the sum of the standard enthalpies of intermediate step, or otherwise the law states that the enthalpy change in a reaction is the same whether the reaction takes place in one step or several steps. Next we will discuss about bond enthalpy. The bond dissociation enthalpy is the change in enthalpy when one mole of a covalent bonds of a gaseous covalent diatomic compound is broken to form products in the gaseous phase. For example, the bond dissociation enthalpy of hydrogen is 435 kJ per mole. It may be represented as H2 gas gives 2 hydrogen gas. Here the bond dissociation enthalpy is 435 kJ per mole. This means during this process 435 kJ per mole amount of energy is absorbed. This bond breaking is an endothermic process. The bond enthalpy values can also be used to calculate the enthalpy changes of many reactions. For example, for gas phase reactions, enthalpy change of reaction is equal to sum of bond enthalpies of reactants minus sum of bond enthalpies of products. Lattice enthalpy. Lattice enthalpy of an ionic compound is the enthalpy change which occurs when one mole of the ionic compound dissociates into its ions in the gaseous state. For example, 1 mole of NaCl completely dissociates into its ions, then 788 kJ per mole amount of energy is absorbed. This is the lattice enthalpy of NaCl. Next our topic is spontaneous process. This is an example for spontaneous process. Then what do you mean by a spontaneous process? A spontaneous process is an irreversible process and may only be reversed by some external agency. Spontaneous process is defined as the process which can take place either of its own or under some initiation are called spontaneous process. Then what do you mean by non-spontaneous process? The process which cannot take place either of its own or under some initiation are called a non-spontaneous process. Important criteria for spontaneous process are energy should decreases, that means delta H is negative, and the second one, randomness or disorder should increases. So in the case of solids, liquids and gases, randomness or disorder is maximum in gaseous state compared to solid state. Another important thermodynamic term is entropy. This is an important thermodynamic property which enables us to ascertain the spontaneity of a process. So from the value of entropy we can assess the process is spontaneous or not. Entropy is defined as the degree of disorder or randomness of a system. It is denoted by the symbol S. It is a state function and an extensive property. Entropy of a substance is minimum in solid state while it is maximum in gaseous state. Entropy means a degree of disorder. So you know disorder is maximum in gaseous state compared to solid state, because in solid state they have a well ordered arrangement, so disorder is minimum. Delta S is the change in entropy, then delta S is equal to delta H by T, where delta H is the change in enthalpy and T is the temperature. Change in entropy delta S can be measured. Delta S is equal to sum of change in entropies of product minus sum of change in entropies of reactants. So for a spontaneous process, delta H is negative, that means energy should be decreased, and delta S is positive, that means entropy increase. So delta H is negative and delta S is positive for a spontaneous process. Next, entropy and second law of thermodynamics. The second law of thermodynamics may be defined as all spontaneous processes are accompanied by a net increase in entropy, or for all spontaneous processes, the total entropy change, that means the sum of entropy changes of the system and surroundings, is positive. That means change in entropy delta S total is equal to delta S system plus delta S surrounding, which is greater than 0. That means it is always positive. Next thermodynamic function is Gibbs energy. The energy freely available from the system at particular set of conditions which can be put into useful work is called Gibbs energy, denoted by the symbol G. Gibbs energy is a state function and also an extensive property and has unit joule per mole. Change in Gibbs energy during the process is given by delta G is equal to G2 minus G1, which is equal to delta H minus T delta S, where delta H is the change in enthalpy, delta S is the change in entropy, T is the temperature. Importance of this Gibbs energy change delta G. For a spontaneous process, delta G is negative. For a non-spontaneous process, delta G is positive. For a process at equilibrium, delta G is 0. So this is the criteria for identifying whether the process is spontaneous or not. For a spontaneous process, delta G is negative. So for a spontaneous process, delta H is negative, delta S is positive and delta G is negative. So this is the criteria for identifying whether the process is spontaneous or not.